The chosen one. The gates of fortune are opening. The moment you have been waiting for has arrived. The gates of the universe are opening for you. Abundance and prosperity have heard your call. You are not an ordinary person. Your path is part of a divine destiny. You have been patient until today. You have labored, you have believed, and now it is time to be rewarded. Wealth comes not only with gold and money, it comes with power, opportunities, divine connections. And right now, those doors are opening wide open. No more limits, no more barriers. The blessings you should receive, the abundance you deserve, find you. The universe is turning in your favor because you have been chosen. Don't look back. When this door opens, the one who enters wins. He who hesitates loses. Because this is your time. This is your time. Write 77 in the comments now. Go ahead and take what you will get, because you are worthy of it. The biggest miscalculation is assuming that no one is watching. People are wired to observe, compare, and even fixate on the progress of others, especially those they once dismissed. They may never acknowledge it, never click, comment, or celebrate you openly. But your transformation is impossible to ignore. Somewhere, behind silent screens and unspoken words, your evolution is unsettling someone's carefully crafted narrative. You weren't supposed to rise beyond their expectations, yet here you are, defying every assumption, rewriting every script they thought was set in stone. It's not just that you changed, it's that your change forces them to question why they haven't. Growth, when undeniable, does more than inspire. It unsettles. It becomes a reflection of paths not taken, of time that slipped away, of comfort zones that never stretched. Your progress isn't just about what you've gained. It's a reminder of what others left behind. Not everyone is equipped to face that mirror. Instead of celebrating, they look away, pretending your ascent is invisible. It's easier that way, easier to dismiss, easier to downplay, easier to act as if your success is a fluke, rather than a testament to discipline, resilience, and choices made in the quiet hours of effort. They tell themselves stories to cope, that luck played a role, that circumstances were different, that you changed beyond recognition. But beneath the surface, they know. They know because every step you take forward is a reminder of the ones they never dared to take. Silence isn't absence, it's resistance. A deliberate act of withholding acknowledgement, as if ignoring progress could erase its impact. But silence is its own language, and it often speaks louder than words. It's the hesitation before looking at your achievements, the internal tug-of-war between admiration and pride. They scroll past, but they don't forget. They refuse to clap, but they can't unsee. The truth is, their silence isn't proof that they don't care. It's proof that they do. It's proof that your growth did more than elevate you. It disrupted them. And in the stillness of their unspoken thoughts, your success echoes, louder than any applause ever could. Sometimes life feels like a river flowing steadily, and there's no stopping it. Whether we're ready or not, it carries us forward, and we can either keep paddling along or watch from the shore as it sweeps by. What's hardest to realize is that some people aren't missing you. They're missing the space they once had by your side. It's not your growth they can't stomach. It's the awareness that life, in all its unrelenting pace, kept moving along without them. The version of you they used to know, the one they thought they had all figured out, is gone, replaced by someone stronger, someone wiser, someone who's no longer defined by the past. You see, we all have a choice in this journey of life. We can either evolve, grow, and walk forward, or we can stand still, and wait for the world to catch up. And when they see you thriving, when they see you living your best life, it isn't just your success that stings. It's the realization that they didn't keep pace. Life didn't wait for them, and now they find themselves looking back, unable to hold on to the version of you they once had access to. It's not that they're angry at your growth. It's that they've come face to face with their own lack of movement, their own missed opportunities, and it's a painful thing to witness when you thought you'd always be a part of someone's journey, only to realize that you've long since outgrown that chapter. What they fail to see, often, is that their loss is their own doing. You didn't leave them behind, you simply kept walking while they chose to remain stationary. You took the steps forward, trusting that what's ahead would be better than what's behind. It's easy to become complacent, to sit in the comfort of the familiar, but eventually, life has a way of pushing us all to grow. And when you bloom into who you were always meant to be, it's like a flower opening its petals to the sun. It's inevitable and it's beautiful. But some people would rather hold on to the bud, to what once was, instead of celebrating the blossoming you've become. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your blessings to glorify His kingdom, for you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. This isn't about making others feel bad. It's about realizing that your success has nothing to do with diminishing someone else's path. It's about honoring your own journey, about stepping into the fullness of who you were created to be. And those who have walked alongside you, those who once thought they knew your limits, now find themselves watching from the sidelines. They may never acknowledge it, but deep down, they know that your progress is a reflection of what they've left undone. Every moment you thrive is a reminder of their own missed chances, and that's hard to swallow. Life's river keeps flowing. It doesn't stop for anyone, no matter how much they wish it would. And while some may pretend they've moved on, while they may tell themselves they're happy for you, deep inside, they're still stuck in the past, clinging to what used to be. Every time they hear your name or see a glimpse of your success, they're confronted with the undeniable truth. You're no longer who they thought you were, and they can't deny it. You've left them behind in a way they never expected, and no amount of silence or pretending can change the fact that they're now watching your life unfold from the outside. This is why you shouldn't take their silence to heart. It's not that they don't care. It's that acknowledging your success would force them to confront their own unfulfilled dreams. It would force them to face the things they chose not to do, the risks they didn't take, the paths they didn't walk. It's easier for them to pretend that nothing has changed, to convince themselves that your growth isn't that impressive, that it's just a fluke. But deep down, they know the truth. They know that you've put in the work, and they haven't. And that knowledge, that uncomfortable truth, is what keeps them up at night. Life is like a garden, my friend. Sometimes we plant seeds of effort, and we wait. We water them, we tend to them, and eventually, those seeds begin to sprout. But not everyone sees those sprouts for what they are. Some might stand nearby, watching as your garden grows, but they don't see the work you've put in. They don't see the late nights, the sacrifices, or the dedication it took to get those roots deep in the ground. What they see is the flowers blooming, And they may act like it doesn't matter. They may act like it doesn't bother them to see you flourish, but the truth is, it does. So, don't let their silence fool you. When they act like your achievements don't matter, it's not because they don't care. It's because admitting your success would force them to face the garden they never tended to. It would force them to ask themselves, why haven't I grown like that? It would remind them of the seeds they never planted, the dreams they let wither away. But they'll never voice those questions. No, instead, they'll act like nothing's changed. They'll brush it off, pretending that your growth doesn't bother them at all. They'll act like your success isn't a reflection of their own choices, but deep down, they know it is. Every time they hear about your next step, every time they see you continue to rise, that silent truth echoes in their hearts. It's not loud, it's not in your face, but it's there, whispering the hard truth that they can't ignore. They didn't put in the work you did. They didn't tend to their own garden, and now they're left with the weeds of missed opportunities and dreams left untended. And while they may try to act indifferent, that quiet voice inside them won't stop. Life's journey is a lot like farming. You plant the seeds, you water them, you wait, and you trust that what you've sown will eventually grow into something beautiful. Sometimes, though, the growth doesn't happen as quickly as we want, and we face struggles that make us want to give up. But God's timing is perfect. The harvest is coming, and those who've put in the work will see the fruits of their labor. But some folks, when they look at your garden, they don't see the seeds you've planted or the time you've spent tending to it. They just see the flowers in full bloom and wonder why theirs haven't grown the same way. You see, your progress is a reminder to them that they've still got work to do. And that's a hard truth for them to face. It's easier for them to pretend that nothing's changed, to act like you haven't grown, to convince themselves that your success is just some lucky break. But deep down, they know the truth. They know that you didn't get here by accident. You didn't wake up one day and find success on your doorstep. No, you got here because you were faithful. You watered those dreams of yours. You nurtured them. You kept believing even when the storms came and the droughts seemed endless. You didn't give up when it got tough. And that's what makes your success so hard for them to handle. When they see you now, flourishing in ways they didn't think were possible, that's the uncomfortable truth they can't deny. It's not about the money or the recognition or the praise you've received. It's about the fact that you've grown, you've evolved, and that's what they can't avoid. They're confronted with the reality that they've stayed stuck while you've moved forward. And that's tough for anyone to face. Imagine standing in front of a mirror, looking at your reflection. At first, everything seems fine, until you begin to see the things you've neglected, the parts of you that haven't been tended to, the areas where you've chosen not to grow. That mirror, my friend, can be a powerful thing. It shows us the truth, even when we don't want to face it. That's how it is with growth. When someone sees you thriving, when they see you walking in the fullness of your purpose, it's like holding up a mirror to their own life. And sometimes, that mirror reveals things they'd rather not see. It's easy for people to pretend that nothing matters. They can try to downplay your success, telling themselves that it's not that big of a deal, that your achievements don't really mean much. But deep down, they see it. They know it matters. And that's the part they can't stand. It's not that they don't want you to succeed. It's not that they wish for you to fail. No, it's that your success forces them to look at the areas of their own life where they've fallen short. It holds up a mirror to them, and they're confronted with their own failure to move forward. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporal concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. You see, your growth reminds them of what they haven't done. It highlights the missed opportunities, the dreams left untouched, the things they've been putting off. That's a painful realization, my friend. They've been standing still, watching you rise, and it stings because they know they could have been on the same path if they'd just taken that first step, but they didn't. Instead, they stayed where it was comfortable, and now they're seeing the fruit of your labor, the rewards of your hard work, and it reminds them of what they've let slip away. It's like watching someone cross the finish line when you're still standing at the starting line. They can tell themselves all day long that it doesn't matter, that it's no big deal, but the truth is, they know it does. They see the progress you've made, and they know they've been standing still. And that mirror, that truth, is uncomfortable. It's painful, but it's necessary, because sometimes we need to be faced with our own shortcomings to realize that we still have time to move, to change, to grow. And that's the beauty of it all, isn't it? The truth doesn't just bring discomfort, it brings opportunity. It's not meant to shame or guilt anyone. No, it's meant to spark growth, to inspire action. It's meant to remind us that as long as we have breath in our bodies, there's always time to turn things around. And when they see you walking in your purpose, flourishing in ways they never thought possible, it's a call to them. A call to move. A call to take that first step. A call to stop hiding behind the excuses and the what-ifs, because if you can do it, so can they. But don't be fooled by the silence. Don't be fooled by the indifference they might show. Deep down, they know. They see your success, and it stirs something inside them. It may not be an outward acknowledgement. It may not be a loud cheer, but inside, they know what you've done. And inside, they're faced with a choice: to keep standing still or to rise up and start walking toward their own growth. Imagine you're walking through a dark forest, unsure of where the path leads. The trees are thick, the air is cool, and the way forward is unclear. But in the distance, you see a light, just a glimmer at first. It's small, but it's bright. It's the light that comes from knowing you're walking in the right direction, even when you can't see the entire path. That light is your purpose. It's the flame that burns deep within you, guiding you forward step by step, even when others can't see it. And here's the beautiful thing. Even though the path may be unclear to others, the light you carry is enough to guide them when they're ready to follow. So let their silence be a reminder for you to keep going, keep thriving, keep walking in the fullness of your purpose. Because just like that light, your growth shines even when no one else is cheering, even when no one else is applauding. You may not always get the recognition or the praise you deserve, but know this: your success is like that beacon, shining brightly for those who are looking for a way. Your journey, your growth, is not just about you. It's about everyone who is standing in the shadows, waiting for someone to show them that there's a way forward. You might not see it yet, but when you rise, when you push through the struggles, when you keep going in the face of doubt, you are creating a path for others to follow. There are people in your life, watching quietly, who need to see someone go first. Your growth is the invitation for them to take that step. Your success becomes the spark that lights a fire in them, the push they need to start moving forward, just like you did. When they see you thriving, when they see the fruits of your labor, it will be a mirror they can no longer avoid. It will show them what's possible when you trust, when you persevere, when you believe that the harvest is worth the wait. Don't get discouraged by their silence. Don't let the lack of recognition hold you back. Their silence is a sign that they are seeing something in you that they haven't yet acknowledged in themselves. It's not about you showing off. It's about you showing up. Your willingness to grow, to move forward, even when it's hard, is what sets you apart. It's not about the applause. It's about the impact. When you move, when you step into your calling, it's like that light breaking through the darkness, making a way for others to follow. Every time you take a step forward, every time you grow, you create a ripple effect. You're not just changing your own life, you're changing the lives of those around you, whether they admit it or not. The more you rise, the more others will find the courage to rise with you. It might not be immediate, and it might not be loud, but your success will serve as a constant reminder that change is possible. Your growth is a declaration that it can be done, that it's worth it, and that the power to move forward is within them too. And when the time comes, when they're ready to step out of the shadows and walk in the light you've created, they will look back and realize that it was your journey that made all the difference. You didn't just grow for yourself, you grew for everyone who needed to see that it was possible. Keep shining, keep walking, keep showing up, because your success is more than just a personal victory. It's a gift to those around you, lighting the way for them to follow when they're ready. And in the end, you will be the spark that lights the fire in someone else. Keep growing, keep thriving, and never forget that your success is a blessing, not just for you, but for everyone who is watching, learning, and growing alongside you. Your journey is a testament to the power of persistence, of faith, and of choosing to move forward, no matter the obstacles. And when you rise, you give others the strength to rise too. But don't let that bring you down, friend. Keep walking in your purpose. Keep trusting in the process, because you didn't get here by accident. You've been faithful, you've done the work, and the harvest is yours. And those who try to pretend they're not watching, well, they are. They see you. They see the garden you've cultivated, and they know it's not luck. They know you've put in the effort, and deep down, they can't help but feel the sting of their own stagnation. So when they act like it doesn't matter, when they try to make it seem like your success is nothing, don't let it bother you. That's just their way of avoiding the truth. The truth is, your progress is a reminder that they still have work to do. And that's a hard pill to swallow. But you keep going, you keep growing, you keep trusting that God has a plan for you, that the seeds you've planted will bear fruit in due season. And when your harvest comes, those who've watched from the sidelines will have to face the reality that you were chosen to walk this path. And they'll have to answer for why they didn't walk theirs. They may try to dismiss it. They may try to say that they're happy for you, but deep down, they're wrestling with the fact that they never made the same choices you did. They never put in the work, and now they're standing on the sidelines, watching you reap the harvest of what you've sown. And that's something they can't ignore. It's something that will sit in the back of their minds, no matter how much they pretend it doesn't bother them. Every time they see you take another step forward, that truth gets louder and louder in their hearts. You kept moving, and they didn't. But don't you worry about their silence. Don't you get caught up in trying to make them understand. You keep blooming. You keep growing. You keep walking that path because you know that the more you rise, the more others will have to look at the garden they didn't tend to. And that, my friend, is the truth. You can't stop the flowers from blooming just because others didn't water their own. They may ignore it. They may pretend it doesn't matter. But every time you rise, every time you step forward, that silent truth keeps growing louder in their hearts. And one day, they'll have to face it. They'll have to face the garden they neglected. But until then, you just keep tending to yours. Keep walking in the blessings that God has laid before you, because the harvest is yours. It always was. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. You can contribute to His plan and be a part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you exponentially far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessing is on your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord guide your path. You are meant for more, and when you step into your purpose, when you finally embrace the fullness of who you are, it's inevitable that others will feel the discomfort of their own unfulfilled potential. That's not your burden to carry. You're walking your path, and those who are meant to walk with you will find their way. Those who remain on the sidelines will eventually come to terms with the fact that they didn't keep up, and that in itself is a reminder of how powerful it is to simply keep moving forward. Success isn't just measured in achievements, it's measured in distance, the widening gap between those who dared to grow and those who remained still. The discomfort doesn't stem from another's progress. It comes from the undeniable contrast it creates. People don't necessarily envy the victories. They struggle with what those victories reveal about their own stagnation. When someone they once walked alongside suddenly strides ahead, it forces an uncomfortable question. What's holding them back? It's not that anyone owes them the same results. It's that they now have to confront the reality of where they are versus where they thought they'd be. That gap between past expectations and present reality becomes impossible to ignore. Late at night, in the quiet moments when distractions fade, the weight of comparison settles in. The world once felt predictable, manageable, but now someone they once viewed as an equal has turned into a reminder of the path they didn't take. Minimizing another's success is often a self-preservation tactic, a way to cushion the sting of personal inaction. It's easier to dismiss someone's progress as luck, privilege, or circumstance than to admit that growth was always within reach. It just required action. Acknowledging another's elevation means admitting that change was possible all along, and that's a bitter pill to swallow for those who chose familiarity over evolution. Rationalizations become shields, stories woven to protect pride, to justify why one path remained untraveled while another led to new heights. Passive remarks, forced indifference, casual dismissal, all subtle ways to avoid looking too closely at what's really happening. But no amount of downplaying can erase the truth. Progress speaks for itself, and no matter how much someone tries to pretend they're unaffected, the mind keeps track. The unspoken comparisons, the silent reflections, the nagging thoughts that surface when the world goes quiet, those are the real confessions, the ones no words are needed for.